Hello, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name's Keona, and this is Vlogmas day 21. I want to say day 21. Let me look at my watch. Yes, day 21. I'm filming very late today. It's 8 p.m. I have been up since about 7:30, and I have been out and about since about 9 a.m. So I just got home a little while ago and ate dinner. So we're going to do a quick WIP Chat. I'm going to work on, this is Meowie Christmas by Eau Claire Studio and Diamond Art Club. I'll show you. Meowie Christmas. So we're working on that. Section 9 here is where I was. And we'll zoom in and get close. You don't know what a WIP Chat is? It's where I work on my current WIP and chat along with you. Tell you all about things going on in my life or whatever I feel like talking about that day. And you work on your WIP, you do housework, whatever. You know the deal. I don't know why I even sit there and think about explaining it. I got my coffee. We're good. Of course, it's Starbucks. I was out all day. I'll be using this Firefly tray. It's a Switch Plus. Firefly on that end. We'll be using that. I'll be using my Diamond Pen Pal pen right here. With the roll stop and the little lava pen. I love it. Harbor Freight containers and my Putty is what I'll be using, which is Putty from Keona's Corner. I'd show it to you, but it's over there. My pen's already loaded. It should be fine. Let me just cut open this section and get started. I am logging the time, so I do have to write down the time. And as long as you don't press too hard, you can use any knife on this paper. Plastic. It scratches the canvas, but it doesn't cut it. And that's with the pressure I use. What is today? The 21st. 12, 21, 23. I almost wrote AM. It's PM. Like I said, I'm logging the time, so I had to write it down. Let's peel this open and get started. I think I already cut it open, so I just double cut. Oops, my bad. I'm going to start with the ABs. I have the sniffles, so if I'm sniffling, I'm sorry. I'll probably pause a couple times to blow my nose and for coughing. But it's been a day. I can tell you, I'm going to talk about my day. That's what I'm going to talk about. And we'll start there, and then we'll move on from wherever. You know, move on to whatever. Yes. 1 second while I take care of my sniffles. Yeah, I'm still getting over all this gunk. I know, it's horrible. Now my ear is like wants to pop. It happens. So today, I don't know why. I kind of do know why I woke up early, but it doesn't make sense to me. So normally when I go to bed early, I don't wake up early. I still wake up about 11, noon, 1. But last night, I went to bed about 10 o'clock. I passed out, like at my desk, and then went to bed. So I ended up waking up at 7:30 before any of my alarms went off, and I went back to sleep. You know, because you got to go back to sleep. You got to attempt. And I tried, and I tried. Finally, 8:30 rolls around. I'm like, okay, you win. I'm up. Come on, ear, stop. My ear feels funny right now. I overblew my nose. I did. I'm kind of being rude. How are y'all doing today? How has your day been? Hopefully it's been as eventful as mine, or hopefully in a good way, definitely like mine was. I spent way much more money than I should have. Where's my little thingy for my trash? Underneath my keyboard. Y'all ever try to talk with a stuffed ear? It feels weird. Anyway. So, I decided to take that opportunity at about 9 o'clock this morning. I left and went to Hobby Lobby and Home Depot because I needed a new container. That's why I went to Home Depot. I went and I got myself a new container, a Doom container, to help with the room. I'm still working on the studio. There's a lot of things that never really had a home. And I have a bad habit of making Doom boxes and Doom baskets. So I bought a small 7-gallon container. It's not very big. To make my new gym container. And it's also solid, so I can't see into it and be like, oh, I don't need that, you know? So basically, I have to only put in things that either go into another room or I don't need for a while. You know what I mean? So I did all that, and I noticed, well, first what happened was I made it all the way to Georgia, and I noticed that it was 11:30, which is 10:30 my time. And I'm like, oh, Starbucks, I have a coupon for Starbucks at noon. And I walked out of Home Depot at 11:30. It was 11 o'clock when I got there, and I was like, oh, it's at noon. I can wait till I get out of Home Depot. I'll go into Home Depot first. No, that wasn't long enough. So I'm like, okay, I'll go into Hobby Lobby. And I have been a Hobby Lobby shopper for a long time, and I go to Hobby Lobby for my shop stuff, some of my shop materials and all that. You know, I get wax there and other things there. And so I go in there to pick up candle dye, because that's how I dye the dab. I dye it with liquid candle dye. So I go in to get blue, because I don't have blue yet. And the brand I use doesn't make it in blue. The only color I don't have that they make it in is yellow. And that's not going to help me when I'm trying to make something blue. One second. Okay, I think it's back on. There we go. So I went there to get liquid candle dye. Is what I went there for. And I park. I look around. The parking lot is full. The only reason I had a place to park is I have a handicap placard. And the handicap at this Hobby Lobby is off to the side of the building, not in front of it. So people don't even look for it. You have a lot of placards in Georgia and Alabama. I don't know why. But I also know that after living in Florida for a while, when I was younger, in Florida you had to prove everything and go above and beyond. And it was ridiculous what you had to do just to get assistance in any way, shape, or form, including handicap placards. If you live in Florida, you know that they have this thing where they're always talking about how people on welfare or on assistance, they need proof, da-da-da-da-da. Yeah. Because they think people are taking advantage of the system. And it goes for the same with handicap placards. But in Georgia and Alabama, you have to have your doctor no matter what. So they are written off by a doctor, but they believe the doctors and they don't have to go through a million different interviews and all that. So there's a lot of handicap placards. So usually handicap parking is taken. And I will not park in handicap parking if it's the only space, because there's people worse off than my knee. You know what I mean? So I have some consideration. However, you go inside the building, that's where the handicap parking is for Hobby Lobby. So I was able to get a parking space because there were like 5 handicap spots. I'm telling you, it's like they don't realize they're there, because they're just off to the side of the door. And so I go in, and this place is packed. The parking lot is packed. Everything's packed for Hobby Lobby. And I go, I get what I need. Sorry, I'm having issues with my eyesight. Let me just go up here, start up here. And I get what I need, and I'm sitting there cashing out, and I happen to notice that the register 1, which is normally returns and exchanges, which is also register, has one guy in line, while the other register has a line going into the shopping area, right? So I was like, I'm just going to go there. And I kind of thought it was funny because other people saw me, and we're talking about they've probably been in this line for 5-10 minutes at this point. And they see me just walk up to this line and then become the next person in. And then suddenly, people are filing behind me. It's like, oh. I'm like, yeah, you just got to pay attention. Yeah, it says returns and exchanges, but they also have a cash register there, you know? Because that's the way Hobby Lobby works. And I'm sitting there, I'm joking with the lady, and I go, I've never really shopped Hobby Lobby during the holiday season. Is it always this bad? And she goes, I don't want to jinx it, but this is actually really good right now. It's really slow. I'm like, oh my goodness. And I go, I went here the last week, or a couple weekends ago, and it was bad. And she goes, oh yeah, the weekends are the worst. So, did all that, left. I had my vinyl and my wax dye and a couple other things. Look, you can't just go in for one thing and expect to leave with one thing. That's just the way it is. So, I leave, and I go to my Starbucks. I get my Starbucks, and again, when I got into Starbucks, there were 4 people ahead of me. By the time I got up to the little speaker where I could tell them mobile order or whatever, there's like 10 cars right behind me. I'm like, wow, the timing. My timing is great today. Hold on, coffee moment. So, I was happy about that. But I get home. By the time I get home, it is like almost noon here. Because where I went, the drive is... Sorry, I just noticed this AB sitting in my drills. Set off to the side. Its drive is 35 minutes to 45 minutes, depending on how much traffic, and I had no traffic really on the way back. Right? And yeah, I forgot to mute my phone. So let me go ahead and do that before it goes off again. Maybe I could block off some of this light to make it easier for us. There, does that help any? Or is it still too bright? What if I turn on a light? Computer, turn on left sconce. But you still turn it on. You still turn it on. Why is it so bright? I don't understand. I don't need it that bright. I just need enough to see. So I don't need it like super bright. So there we go. It's better. So I went home, and at this point it's still around the time I'm waking up or before I would normally wake up. Depending on how much I slept in that day. I sleep in a lot. And I put my stuff in here. And I'm getting ready to leave, or I'm getting ready to start cleaning this office. And I had originally intended to go to Michael's, but I ended up going to a different part of Georgia instead that doesn't have a Michael's, so I didn't go. And my mom goes, "Oh, I thought you were going to Michael's." And I said, "Well, no, I went here instead." And she goes, "Yeah, we're about to go thrifting." And I go, "Are you going to Opelika? Auburn area?" She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "I'll go with y'all." So I could go to Michael's to replace that Lexington cart. I got the Hudson instead, the bigger one. It's in my car. I'm not allowed to bring it out of my car until this room's clean. And I have ADHD. And I did not pick up a drill. So I don't know when I'll be able to do that. But we went down to Auburn, Opelika area. And we went thrifting, which is going to thrift shops. I went to Harbor Freight, got some more stacking bins for my stock. You know, the store stock. Because that's how I keep some of the stuff. And I want to start moving more and more to it. So I went and I did that. And I got some other things. What else did I get? Oh, those crates I got at Home Depot for that. But we did some Christmas shopping. I went to Ollie's. Y'all seen that Wizard of Oz book? That's a diamond painting. I finally picked one up. I had to search for it. It was on a very top shelf, hidden. And it had like 5 copies, and all but one were open. So I took the one that wasn't open. I got a couple things. I got a heater at Ollie's. I did. Got a heater for $20 at Ollie's. I was happy. So I'm gonna be nice and warm. I also got a massage gun. You know what I'm talking about? Got one of those that does heating and cool, the sharper image one. $59 at Ollie's. Worth it. Worth it! It's not for me. But I got some Christmas presents, some clothes and stuff. I went to Bargain Hunt too. The only thrift store we didn't go to that we had intentions to go to was American Thrift or something like that. But by the time we left Ollie's, I was basically done, and my mom still wanted to go to Academy, so we went to Academy. Get off there. And then definitely by the time we left Academy, I was like, no, I'm done. I'm done. I left Academy early. They were still shopping. And I'm like, my knee hurts. I'm going to go back to the car. And it was really hot inside the store. Please don't tell me I got to replace Putty. I haven't had to replace Putty this entire painting. I'm still using Putty from the Santa Claus by Orlo. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. You can't make me. Me. Be stubborn. Stubborn. And so I went out of my way to go to the only Starbucks that had order ahead on the way home. I did try the gingerbread loaf from Starbucks today, and oh, it's dangerous. It's so good. So good. I left it in the car, though. That means I gotta go get it after this. We had pizza for dinner. We picked up Domino's right across the street from Starbucks. And we sat in the car for the whole hour drive home. When we came home, we ate. Here I am. But my new mic came in today, and I wasn't here to mess up with it. And I sat here for about 10-15 minutes with it before I go, you know what, we're just going to use the old mic one more time. I don't have time because it's already 8 o'clock. You know, I thought that through. Otherwise, you guys would have ended up with a video coming out at, like, past midnight. And honestly, I don't know when this is going to go out, depending on how long it takes me to do this section or how long I decide to talk. Which I do have an unboxing due out tomorrow, so I got to film that. Yeah, I know. I sit there and tell you it's like advent calendar, but came with a pattern, and the pattern's working. So I'm gonna stick with that pattern, which is every other day is an unboxing. And trust me, I have plenty of Christmas kits left, and there's one that I have to dig out that I can't find, that I forgot to look for. So I gotta find that one. It's Something in the Air by Anthony Cristo. No, not Anthony Cristo. That's a different painting. I think Starborn Unicorns, Anthony Cristo. Yeah, and that's sitting right there. That way. That way. Sitting in my closet. That's not going to be enough drills. Oh, well. Oh, God. I don't even remember who did Something in the Air. Something in the Air is the Jack and Sally one. And I consider that Christmas. I consider it holiday season. You can start watching Nightmare Before Christmas in September, and you can watch it all the way till January, in my own personal opinion. Get you out of the way. It's not a trash drill, so I just set it off to the side. I'll throw it away later. So that new mic came, and it is fancy. And it's confusing the hell out of me. I think I can plug in a mic to it on top of it, but it's one of those square boxes. If you give me a little bit, I will show you. Like, I'm not gonna get up mid-color. Maybe next time I have to pause the cough. Speaking of that, I am doing better. Residual. It's like sniffles and coughs, and I can't get rid of it, and it's gonna drive me crazy. And some other people who've been sick recently, they go, oh, it took me forever. I still haven't gotten rid of it. And it's like, ah. But my son, who got us all sick, doesn't have any problems. I'm like, damn child and his immune system being better than mine because of age. Because why else am I gonna be mad about my kid being better? He's the one who got us sick. You know? And him at Academy trying to talk me into $60 shoes, and because his friend just bought like $150 shoes, and he's trying to say, Mom, the average shoe cost now is about $200, you know, and da 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 da. And I'm like, no. And when I came home and told his dad about it, he goes, you make your own money now. Which is pretty much what I told him in the store. Like, I have no problem buying my son things, but certain things are ridiculous. I'm not going to sit there. When I just got him we just bought him a pair of running shoes. And his grandma just bought him a pair of spikes for track. You know? And then he just got more shoes at the thrift store. He likes thrift thrift store stuff. So why am I going to spend an arm and a leg on another pair of shoes? I told him, I go, you are worse than me with shoes, because guess what? None of my shoes cost over $125. And even then, I think it was $110. And that was a Timberland boot. Like special edition too, because I got it on sale for $125. So if I won't spend over $100 on my own sneakers, why would I spend over $100 on yours? He's like, but it was on sale for $60. Yes, son, but everybody else has to have Christmas too, and you don't know how much I've spent on you on Christmas. Every time I see something for him, it's just boom, boom, boom. Right now, so I told y'all about how our house is split up to basically mirror the downstairs, upstairs, including the kitchen. Excluding this room I'm in right now, but including the kitchen upstairs. There's a kitchen upstairs, and he's taken over that kitchen as a bedroom. Like, he wants it to be his bedroom, and there's, like, room. It's a nice, it's a big kitchen. And he's taking over the dining area and the kitchen as his room, and that's fine. That's your area, whatever, until we can, there's a seasonal room upstairs that has no insulation and a broken window, and he wanted to be in that room, but we're like, no, it's the winter. There's no way. And he doesn't want to share a room with his brother, so that's how he ended up in a kitchen we don't use. So he had a sink and a mini fridge from the old house. The mini fridge is from the old house, not the sink. And a tiny little stove up there, because, again, we didn't use it, so what was there was just up there, And so he's made himself a little area, and he wants everything in his kitchen red. So I was at Walmart yesterday. I found a red griddle, and I found a red grilled cheese maker, so. And I got him a red blend jet. So I keep getting him plenty of things. He is not going to want anything after Christmas. You know what I mean? Except for maybe these $60 shoes. I guess I was wrong about pausing to cough and getting the mic for y'all. But, he's having a really good Christmas because it's very easy to shop for him. But his sister, on the other hand, who is 15, is impossible to shop for. And I gave her my old Switch as an early Christmas present, and she is happy as clams, and now I can't think of anything else to get her, because that's all she wanted. She's very simple that way, that she'll just accept, as long as she gets the one thing, like, she'll get one big gift or whatever, and that's good enough for her, that it's those little incidentals and all that's like, I'm having issues with her. I got her a Grumpy Cat book from Ollie's, though. So I think she'll like that. And I got her a Hello Kitty mug. No, the mugs for Josh. I got her a Hello Kitty squishy. And I got him one too. All three of my kids, including Michael. So Little Hobo, Sammy, and Josh all like Hello Kitty. And I'm not mad about it. Everybody's judging my kids because my boys like Pink and Hello Kitty. And I'm like, keep your judgments to yourself. I'm never going to sit there and stifle my kids because look at me. I didn't follow gender roles at all. All I wanted to do was play video games as a kid. And my mom wouldn't even buy me a console until I was 13 because when I was younger, video games are for boys. My mom tried to put me in cheerleading. It didn't last. I was just never the girly girl. And back then, they would call us tomboys. But now tomboys are like the sporty type. And I was never sporty. Now we're considered bra girls. Nah, I just don't follow gender roles. I never did. I don't like makeup. I don't like getting dressed up. Well, actually, the dressed up thing, I don't mind it. Like, I own dresses. I just don't wear them because every time I do, everybody asks me, what are you dressed up for? And it's like, for myself. So I just don't wear them now because I don't want to deal with the hassle. It's pretty sad that I'm still fighting those roles that you can't just wear a dress to wear a dress. There's got to be a reason for it. And so it bothers me that people are like, hey, why are you wearing that? And it's, yeah. What else? I don't know. I don't know. Try not to burp. Try not to cough. Try not to sneeze. Try not to sniffle challenge. And drool, too. I just almost fucking drooled. I know, I should watch my language. I had somebody say that once in my comment section, that I curse too much. My channel's not marketed towards you then. Find somebody else. It's that simple. There's plenty of people on the internet. Especially now. It's not like when I started. My first video went up in 2010. The very end of 2010. And back then, it was hard to find different types of people. Now, dime a dozen. Dime a dozen. No H's. No J's. I'll find it later, most likely. None of these little symbols, whatever they are. No R's. No down arrows. L's. I'm going in order. Normally I don't go in order. I go from the corner out. And I see that dark one that actually belongs to the... I don't know what you would call it. The diagonal slash. Normally I wouldn't do that, but it was so obvious what it belonged to. This is like breezing through. The most any of these sections is taking me is a little over an hour. And it was a confetti-filled middle one. I think it's the one right next to this. I don't know. But the least amount was, I think, this one. Oh, you can't see, but a section near the bottom left, because it's all color blocking. It's like, boom, 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 done. It took me 20 minutes. 20 minutes! This is like a nice thing. I don't like rounds, so if the rounds are going to be simple on me, I'm going to take it. I like it. I don't know who this is going to. My aunt is getting my Santa Claus one that I just finished. Oops, sorry. I have an itch. So if the mic rubbed, I'm sorry. Now, I want to talk about this. These two symbols right here. You would think that... Here. Get up close and personal. You are up close and personal. You can't get any closer than that? Rawr. Guess I just bought my thing. Now I gotta move this because I took it out of frame. Anyway. These two right here. Up close and personal. You would think that they're not confusing, but they are confusing the hell out of me. And there's a fly. There's a clip of me going crazy on a fly on the internet. But yeah, I gotta be careful when I'm placing these because I get the 3 dots confused with the percentage sign. It's because they're the similar colors, and they put them right next to each other. Like, they're right here, right next to each other. And it's like, no, we only want to put 1 there. So I just gotta be careful. They're not super... They're close enough to be confusing, but Diamond Art Club, or this painting specifically from Diamond Art Club, is clear enough that I'm not making that mistake. But it's been close a couple times to where I've had to double check and like, oh, nope, nope. So yeah, I wanted to mention that. And the one that I thought I would have a problem with, which is the dark colors on dark colors, like the black on dark colors. It's actually a lighter color on the canvas, so I'm not having those issues. It's not like the way that T was on the Santa Claus. Santa Claus had this black T on a dark red, and it was the bane of my existence. Even with the light pad turned up all the way, I was having issues. But I had to have the light pad. I can diamond paint this one without the light pad. And it's just the difference in symbols. This is a newer round from Diamond Art Club, too. Is that all of them? No. Not even close. Right now I'm so sniffly I feel plugged. Like I was trying to talk today and my nose is like, nah. You can't talk no more. Sorry, I got quiet. It happens. Dead air. Something you learn. I don't know if you learn it doing YouTube. I guess if you don't want to clip up your video, which I don't want to clip up my video, but dead air is something you learn in Twitch never to have. Since you're live, you can't clip up the video, so you have to always be talking about something, and I think that's why I'm able to pull off these WIP chats like I'm sleeping. It's just secondhand for me to just keep talking about nothing, absolutely nothing. I could go on about how my week has gone, but my week has been a blur. I'll be honest with you, I don't remember anything. I have been working hard on this studio. Not that you can tell, because I keep talking about the studio. I had a huge doom pile. I swept every crevice of this room into one pile, minus my stuff on top of my tables here. And that one pile has been paralyzing me. ADHD paralysis is real. And there's people who say it's not, say it's just people being lazy, and I missed the whole section with the color. We'll double that in a minute. And it is where you're so overwhelmed by what you have to do. And my problem was this room entirely overwhelmed me to where I haven't been able to do anything on it. And so it's just been sitting there and sitting there. And if you've been around a while, you know I've been technically working on this room since June. Yeah, it got worse since June. Because I stopped working on it, and then I started working on it again at the beginning of this month. Yeah, no. Nothing's gotten done, really. Except for a giant pile in the middle of the room of everything swept up for me to pick up. And that did not help whatsoever. So I finally started tackling it yesterday. And I realized I need a box. But, so I had giant totes here that I just bought. I didn't want this color yet. I have big totes here that I just bought to put shop supplies in. That way they're all in one place and I can find them as I need them. So I don't have to take the shop down while I do this. And considering I have orders that have to go out tomorrow, shout out if you have your order that you've done recently with me and it's supposed to be out tomorrow. I have, if I get all my orders done before the 22nd, which is tomorrow, done in a decent amount of time, I'll be able to get the ones that are due out after Christmas, too. That's how sometimes the processing's early on them, is because I happen to be able to get them all out that quickly. I'm just doing batches at that point. And I'd like to be able to take the weekend off. If that makes sense. Not from videos, but from the shop. Because I have a new product coming. Candles. And they're going to match my dab and my putty scents. So you can, and eventually I would like to sell a bundle to where you can get a candle, a putty, and a wax all at a discounted price. Basically, the wax is going to cost, or the candle's going to cost the same amount as the putty and the wax, which is $6.90. And so the bundle would be $15. So you end up getting each item for $1.90 off. Yeah. But, I have no clue what to get my nieces, so I decided to just make them candles. So I will be starting my candle production early. But I did buy a new scent today. I bought coconut. So I'm thinking about making them coconut ones. But I think they would also appreciate baking pancakes. I don't know. I gotta think about it. If I do baking pancakes, that means whatever extra I make goes into the shop. Ooh, yeah. That's a good idea. Or, ooh, I can make them vanilla latte. Ooh, I got ideas. And don't worry, I will do a run of Christmas dab and a run of Christmas candles. The candy cane and the Christmas wreath. Because I didn't get around to it, and so those will be available. And it won't be, and it'll just be while supplies last. One stock of them, that's it. It's like I did with the candy corn, how the candy corn is still available, because I made quite a bit of it. And that's how I'm going to do it. Because some people actually like those scents out of season. The Christmas wreath actually smells really, really good. It smells like you're in a Christmas tree. And some people like that pine smell. I'm also going to do a couple more, like gingerbread, and I think I got a winter smell. Yeah. We'll see. I have the scents. I haven't done anything with them yet. Sorry. Just thinking while I was placing these. The main reason I don't like rounds is multi-placing them is not boom boom done. You kind of have to rock so it's placed evenly. Basically, multi-placing rounds suck. That's why I don't like rounds. If you ever wondered why I don't like rounds, it's because when you multi-place them, they naturally have a gap if you were to single place them, and that gap's not there when you multi-place. They're right up against each other, and so you'll have to, if you do a larger multi-place, you have to readjust them. And that's why I don't like them. Look at that. We've gone through half my colors. Actually, yeah. There's 43 colors, and that was color number 24. But we're about to grab number 25. A lot of these can be pick and place. How long have I been doing this? Days, weeks, months, hours, minutes. I'm fine. I'm losing my mind a little bit, but I'm fine. When I'm done with this video, I gotta get it uploaded ASAP. Thumbnail's easy to do. And then I have to get back to cleaning. Or I get to fiddle with the new mic. Which I'm excited about. I'm really hoping that it works because it was not cheap. And it'll be nice because it's wireless, but I gotta fix the situation with the microwave. I found out that part of the interference and noise with the mic is the fact that the microwave's right next to my door. I think I mentioned that before. And it's not fun. It's like, and I mentioned it yesterday, saying that the microwave's gonna have to move, and my mother yelled something, and I ignored what she said because she's stuck in her way. She wants things her way. But things don't always work your way, and she should know that by now. And right now, the microwave being right by my door and interfering with my computer, it's gotta stop. It's gotta stop. But there's a lot of interference here, because I have my, the Bluetooth on my label printer. I had the stuff, my PS5. I have so many electronics in that corner. Because printer, PS5, label maker, the computers themselves, switch, the router and the modem, the network switch, the Philips Hue hub, which I am currently arguing with, and I'm actually about to replace the 2 lights I have on Philips Hue, and just get rid of the Hue. I don't like it. I don't like it anymore. We don't need it anymore. In fact, when I first bought the hub, I go, there are lesser lights out here just using our Wi-Fi. Why do we need a hub? And I knew that it would only be a couple years, and it literally was like a couple years when you didn't need the Hue anymore. As they started releasing Hue lights that don't need the hub. That's what I meant. You didn't need the hub anymore. Where we at? No magic wands. No dashes. We need a U-turn. A Y. A star. No S's. We need microwave lines. Equals. X's. P's. What about T's? T's. And no C's. Alright, boom. No. Some of these we can pick and place, and that's actually what I'm going to do, is I'm going to go through these and see which ones I can pick and place and don't have to use the freaking tray. I'm lazy, okay? And sometimes these are easier. I don't know why this one was being a pain in my butt. You know what I realized? If I get everything done, I can stream. But then I have to actually start waking up early again. Those two are together. Because my schedule is 9-ish a.m. and I'd like to change that back to the original 8 a.m. I used to stream 8 a.m. And after, I think it was my older kids went into a school that started at 8 a.m., so I changed to 9. Well, now everybody's out of the house by 8 a.m., actually by 7:30, that I don't see an issue because the latest school starts at 7:45. And I live 5 minutes from school, so I'm thinking I could go back to the 8 if I could just get up. Getting up, when you have other adults waking your kids up for school and you're allowed to sleep in like I have been, it's not good for your sleep schedule. You know what I mean? 33. I try to put them back in order. Okay, not the Y, but the T. I don't know if I've been doing this in camera or not. The whole picking and placing. I hope I have been. I'm trying to do the whole thing, that way I don't have to close off the time on my book. I don't know. This has probably been excruciating for y'all. Like, boring as hell. I'm sorry. I'm being more positive. I noticed I was being like a Debbie Downer a lot in the WIP chats and stuff like that because basically life was kicking me in the balls that I don't have. And I was like, I'm gonna rant about it and I'm gonna be in a piss. Nah. I remembered originally my channel was a place to escape reality. Well, we don't have to escape reality, but we don't have to live in the negativities of it anymore. So, yeah, I think this will be a nice little safe haven to just relax, forget about your worries. Or if you do have any worries, hopefully I make you feel better about them. We can talk about how I can make you feel better because, the stuff going on in my life. Because I'm not going to hide, I'm not going to pretend that everything's all hunky-dory. I'll still talk about the pains, but I'm not going to dwell on them. And actually, you know what I should do? I should get that lock on this door tonight. I don't know. There's so much to do in this room, man. And I want to do a studio tour. I don't know if I mentioned it or if I promised it, but I would like to do one at some point. Even if it's just the new year, get one in. And I have a drafting chair that was supposed to be here today, and it ended up being delayed. And I'm actually very grateful for that because I don't have room for it. Man. Are we going to get it done? Da, 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 da. That is a Final Fantasy sound, if you didn't know. I love Final Fantasy. I was playing Final Fantasy 4 trying to get 100%. Turns out I wasn't paying attention to all to the BC area. And so now I have a second save going back to get the one guy in Tower of Babel that I missed in Final Fantasy 4. I'm really angry at myself about it. Like, I'm not even done with that first save. But I'm like, nah, we're taking a break from that save because I will not allow myself to continue on until this guy is killed or whatever. And I'm afraid that I'm going to end up saving over the other save, which I have not gone for every, what's it called? Treasure chest in this new save, because it's literally a bestiary save. Because I refuse. I must 100% the game. And I would have preferred to do it in one save. but I messed up. I missed one tiny mob that's not even rare. I just happened to not run into it. And so I'm not happy with myself. And I've had a couple people already tell me, oh, it's not a full run because you missed that. I'm like, says you. I'm still going to get the achievement. Because I'm going to just go and get that one guy. And then I'm going to continue on the other save. So I have to still get the rest of the bestiary. So I can get 100% achievements on Steam. And then I can move on to After Years. These are the pixel remakes that I'm doing. But I should have... At one point, I will do the 3D remakes, too. See, I'm not limiting myself, so trust me, I'll have to go through all that all over again. But I'm doing those. I've done 1, 2, 3. I'm on 4, so next is 5. It's been forever since I played 6, but I will. I have all of them, all that's available on Steam, except for like 1 that I need to get. And I don't have the new Final Fantasy. What is that, 16, I'm going to say? Or is it 17? I think it's 16. Either way, I know I don't have it. Whatever it is. I have 15. Oh, I almost put it up, and there's 2 more. I can't pick a place anymore. Oh, no. Let's do the stars. Just dump the whole thing. Here, you want to see that I'm doing stars? Nope, you can't see it because of glare. There you go. I'm doing stars. I am in love with these trays. I really am. I honestly don't know which trays I prefer. I am in love with my Diamond Pin Pals pins, too. I think both of them. I think those are the winner for my pins, because they're nice and chunky. I like them. I do. That was wrong, but anyway. Look, I could have just single placed this. Wow. It would have driven me in crazy. So what else did I do today? Well, I got Christmas presents yesterday. So I didn't film for 2 days, or almost 2 days, because I filmed yesterday's video early. And I ended up going to Walmart to get like a heated blanket and some Christmas presents. That's when I got the Hello Kitty squish squish. I got myself a penguin squish squish, but I can't have it until Christmas. Then I got myself a new broom. I was walking around. Oh, I got a broom and I got, the new Swiffer mop, like the heavy duty one. And so I was going around telling people that I got a new scooter, a new luxury ride, and a new sports vehicle. Because I got a baby broom because it had one of those stand-up dustpans. And then I got a Lipman broom, which that's my luxury vehicle. And I got the Swiffer, like heavy-duty wet jet. I don't know what it's called. It's just a new one that came out. And so I was telling people that's my sports car. And that, like, I must have dropped the drill somewhere and not realized it. I told you I need to change the putty, but I don't want to. I'm in denial. This putty still has lasted a long ass time. Because, like I said, I've done all of this painting. Plus, I did several sections of Santa Claus with the same putty. So, I'm not complaining. Which, Jenny was saying that the putty lasted her, like, forever. So, I think the price I have there is a discount. Because I'm not going through a lot of it at all after 2 paintings. And we'll see, because I gotta do a kit up on Christmas house, or Christmas home. But I don't know where I put it. I think I put it in the container that's holding all my diamond... One of the containers that hold all my diamond paintings. So I have all my diamond paintings put up right now. Because of the studio remodel. And I didn't want them just sitting on the table in the kitchen. Because that's where a lot of my stuff went, was in the kitchen. So I went and bought these huge containers. And I have filled 4 of them. Almost filled 4 of them. But not all my diamond paintings are put up. Like, I could use a 5th. I didn't realize I had gotten that much. Luckily, the ones in my closet aren't coming out, because that's not part of the redo. And the ones on the very top shelves above the windows aren't coming out, because that's not part of my redo. But, so it's only going to fill up the 4. But it's like, oh no. But on the bright side, the new workbenches, they have a shelf on top of them, and that's where a lot of diamond paintings are going. Makes me happy. 1 color left, y'all. My arm's already starting to hurt. It's like... So, on the way home, I pulled off on the side of the road about 15, 20 minutes in. And so there were still 43-ish, 44, we'll say 45 minutes left of the drive home. I let Josh drive again. I did. My life flashed before my eyes. Not really, but... And Mom's like, do you want to sit here? And I moved to the back. I go, nah. I want to sit in the back. I have never sat and rode in the back of my own car. Why would I? I'm the only one ever driving, and if somebody is driving me, I'm in the passenger seat. There has never been a reason for me to be in the back of my own car. Even though I'm one of the smallest people in the family, I should be able to ride in the back of my car, but I've never been the situation because I'm usually the driver. So, and again, nobody's really driven my car with me in the car. Besides me and a couple of friends, once or twice. And so I was in the back seat, and every time he took a turn, I was going, wee! Because it was a windy road home. And we're talking about speed limit 55, so you take these turns at 55, and it's wee! And I was complaining about the music. And then I started turning on the dome lights in the back, playing with the vents, playing with the window, basically acting like your kids do. I was acting like a giant kid, and I go, now I see why you guys sit in the back. This is great. I don't know why y'all fight for the front seat. I was having a blast. I was being a pain in the ass, but I was having a blast. So there you go. When your kids got their permits, or whatever, driver's license permits, or even, not just kids, nieces, nephews, cousins, whatever, right? Younger than you, and start driving for the first time, and you rode with them, did you give them crap? I did. I did today. I think it shocked him having him drive home. But I'm trying to give him opportunities. It's just, again, I'm not used to letting go of the reins. That's the hardest part. 9:01. That is wrong. 9:03 is the finishing time for this. Look at that. 9:03. And we got a kitty face now. Look at it. It's so cute. It's so cute. I can't wait to finish you. My next session I'm going to do is right here. Number 10. Number 10. Let me write this down. It is 9:03. Rolling. Wow. We have been filming for about an hour. That is perfect timing. Train. Sorry, here, train. What is that? That's A3. I still do grids. That can't be A3. It's B3, that's why. Duh. I still do grids. Wow, I'm so sorry. I forgot to mute. And I'm not going back to edit that. It was so quick anyway. Either way, I know. We didn't really get much done today. We got a whole section on a small painting. A small section on a small painting. Look, you can see his eye now. There, you want to see the rest of his face? There it is. There it is. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. If there was any questions I asked today, leave answers down in the comments. Join the conversation down in the comments. I greatly appreciate it. If you liked the video, leave a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. If this is your first Vlogmas, you can go to the playlist right here to catch up. If you haven't subscribed yet, click on my face, and I am going to see y'all in the next video tomorrow. Bye!